Hey, Shem. It feels weird. What feels weird? Well, it feels weird saying hi when I turn on the camera because it's like we were already having a conversation before, so I don't know how to like start these things. Start just like the way that you're doing it. So why don't you talk about what we were talking about before? Okay. Why don't you start with what you're doing? Oh, I'm channeling God. I'm channeling you. I'm recording myself being a prophet. That's what I'm doing. I'm recording myself being your prophet. You, my God. God of Abraham. Is it, my Lord? Is it a general consensus that we don't live in an Abrahamic universe or that we do live in an Abrahamic universe? I know I live in an Abrahamic universe. Is that weird? Or is it more weird that people don't? Because I'm pretty much convinced that the sun goes around the earth. Evolution may actually not be real. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Next you're going to say you believe the earth is flat. No, I'm not ready for that kind of commitment. Absolutely not. I mean, not in this dimension at least. I mean, if they got a third dimension and a fourth dimension, then there's obviously got to be a second dimension. And if there's a second dimension, then if what we know about the second dimension is true, then the earth is flat too. At the same time that it's round. Yeah. You know, which got me thinking about fish. I was kind of wondering about the fish. Do fish experience a fourth dimensional reality? Or do they have, like, third dimensional perception? Like, do they know that the water's there? What do they see? Like, I don't get it. Fish don't really think that deeply. Okay, but what about the other things that are in there, like dolphins and whales and stuff? What the hell kind of realities do they think that they're living in? Because they're not unintelligent entities, beings, animals. Animals, like, is animal the right word? I don't even know. You high? Well, not today. No, I smoked a bong last night. I got invited to smoke a bong for Easter. It was the best Easter present ever. This is the greatest Easter ever. Thank you, my Lord. I used to hate Easter so much. It was my least favorite holiday. And has quickly shifted into my favorite. Hey, doing, love? It's like the best now. But what made it the best? Well, you know, I think it was a combination of Passover and Easter. I'm just celebrating everyone's all the holidays now. Well, I mean, I don't see why that's wrong, right? Who said I can't do Passover and Easter? Am I right? My Lord? Of course I can. double blessings? You reminded me about double blessings. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see it. Joseph got double blessings. Well, what do you want? Do you want double blessings or you want a blessing and a curse? Well, I'll take the fucking double blessings. And technically the second blessing is the curse, right? Yeah. So you're good. I'm good. That's a great idea. Why don't you say what the idea was? Well, I love the idea. That's the best idea ever. That's the new oh my God, I can't wait to answer that question. Well, Lord, please put me in a situation where I'm begging you, please put me in a situation where somebody asks me what I do. What do you do? I record myself talking to God to prove that God exists. What religion do you represent? All of them. And none of them, including atheism, which is a religion. It's not a religion. Lord, is atheism a religion or no? It is in fact a religion. It's an Abrahamic religion. Because atheism exists in an Abrahamic universe. And we live in an Abrahamic universe. We? Me and you. Fuck everyone. I don't give a fuck where everybody else lives. Do I have to give a fuck where everybody else lives? Or am I allowed to live in an Abrahamic universe all by myself? Yeah, nobody else has to live there. I mean, from my perspective, everyone lives there anyway. They just either don't realize it, don't want to believe it, or don't care. Whatever. Why do you care? Why do I care? Why do I care? Because you're my boss. It was kind of my job to care. Right, because somebody has to care. And somebody has to live it and not just do it while you're getting paid. But I don't know how that would even work. It is a job. Well, it's like a job. It's hard to maintain this mindset. Is it? Well, not at this point. Because that was just natural. Now it's like I've been here my whole life, and technically I have. It's just I didn't realize it before. But now that we're there, I can see everything from the past. Go, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense then. So it's not that. Oh, you know what? Today I live in an Abrahamic universe. No, it's like I always have. It's just everything outside of my head has been telling me, no, you don't. But everything inside my head has been saying, yes, you do. And I'm noticing. Well, I've noticed. I mean, I'm already 7 years deep into this. It's not like this just happened yesterday. Although yesterday was a contributing factor. Yesterday was definitely a contributing factor. Well, this whole week. Because it's not really like a belief like that, you know? It just is. Right? It's like the sun. What I vaguely remember I vaguely remember commenting on a post in Facebook last night. I was really high, but I was also really tapped in. And then the person said something about you only believe in God because somebody told you about God. Well, yeah, the same is true with the sun. Everyone's born an atheist. Yeah, right, everyone's born an atheist, but they're born with the potential to believe in God. Babies are born believing in God like they're born believing in the sun. It's the same difference. You don't know the sun's there unless someone tells you. You don't know to believe in the sun. Otherwise, you don't know what the fuck that thing is. So, what do we do today? Well, it's a new week. Maybe it's a good idea that we talk about the week. I didn't finish last night. I didn't finish working. I know it's okay. I'm just saying. I'm just getting it out of my system. And I know you know. And I know I already know. I'm just seeing where this conversation goes. You already know that. I know you already know. So before I left, I was having thoughts. You said to talk about what we were talking about. You want me to give things up. And I'm really nervous about that. I'm nervous about what that means. Like, what am I giving up? Or maybe it's not even I'm being asked, I'm being told. Yeah, you're gonna be giving up some stuff. Like what? Well, I was talking with my new sister yesterday, and she saw something in me that I didn't see, which is kind of scary. But at the same time, it's a part of me that I'm kind of worried that the part that she saw is a part that's not there. What she thought she saw. But I could see it. What did she see? Pain. Wounding. Trauma. Well, she just like flat out asked me. What if she flat out asked me what it feels like that nobody understands me. What? Okay. Do you know what it feels like for someone to fully understand you? Oh, no. Huh? What? Well, yeah, God. But a person. No. Well, that's what I leave up to you. I mean, if I really need a person to understand me, then I would imagine that you would have somebody going through something similar as me, so that when you cross our paths, I understand what they're going through and they're understanding what I'm going through, or what I've been going through. Or maybe just understand me in general. That's a thing. What do I want out of this life? I don't know. That's not true. It's not that I don't know. Of course I know. To a degree. I want what you want. Because you're the boss. So whatever the fuck you want, I want. Like, if you wanted to get rid of me, would that change my answer? That's what you're asking me. If I wanted to get rid of you, would that change your answer? You know, no, it wouldn't. If you found someone better, God. God, what the hell? What do you want me to do? If you actually found someone better than me, hey, listen, go for it. I dare you. Double dog dare you. Because what the hell? I mean, abandonment? Oh, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I got those. Abandonment issues? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely say I got abandonment issues. They're very deep. You gonna help me get rid of them? That's what we've been working on. Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of figured that. I think that's probably why I don't think about it too much, is because I'm not consciously aware of it. Yeah, people come, people go. One day someone's there, one day someone's not there anymore. But you're showing me that there's a way around that, because you're always there. What did I see last night in my vision? Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. I remember that. Thank you. You're in front of me and you're in back of me. You're on the sides of me, you're on top of me, and you're underneath me. Like you're all encompassing. Like a bubble. Right, and I'm remembering, right? So last night after the bong, I went into that trance, and I was seeing things. What was I seeing? I was seeing people who don't believe in you, and by not believing in you, by default, they don't believe in me. And it was this scene that kept on playing out. I was talking to somebody. I don't know who they were. And they were trying to convince me that you aren't there. And in the vision, I remember explaining to them. They said, if God's there, where is he? And I said, God's standing right behind me. He's also standing right in front of me. Behind you. But the only reason that I could see him and you can't is because I'm not afraid to turn around. And that was another thing. That was another vision. I remember someone having a face-off with me. And it was Miss Kim. We were facing each other. And one of us was arguing, not arguing, but saying, you're in my way. All right, then turn around. Or go around me. Or do you need me to move out of your way? Because every time I turn around, you're still there. Like, I can't... I turn around, you're still there. But then, but the atheist person that I was talking to, it was the same thing. And I kept on telling them, turn around. If you want to see God, just turn around. Omnipresence. Omnipresence. Right. Past, present. You're in the past, present, and future all at the same time. So you're in back of me, you're in front of me, you're all over the place. Why is this important, though? Well, that's why I don't have to worry about you ever abandoning me, because you can't. You couldn't abandon me even if you tried. Because I know that you're there. It's like the cat's out of the bag now. Yeah. I get that. What? Well, I bring up her name a lot. I try not to, but it's like I go into autopilot and her name just comes out of my mouth. It's like, fuck, I did it again. But she's always in my head anyway, so it's like... Well, that's why I said, like, that's on you. Like, anything that's got to deal with her, I do what you say. Alright, so things I didn't finish last night. I didn't finish the first half of the New Moon review, which is pretty intense. And I think, well, you know what it is? That lunar Sabbath. I remember talking to her about Sabbath. She asked me what a Sabbath was. I said, it's like a day when it's a you day. You know, I didn't do the Omer prayer yesterday either. Bupkis. Don't worry about it. Leave that for the non-believers. Whoa, okay. Yeah, but I can still do the kind of Omer work, right? Yeah, of course. Alright. So what do you want me to cut out? Don't worry about it, because it'll just kind of fade away. Alright. So then what's there to worry about? Nothing. I was the one that, okay, right, because I was the one that was worrying, and you're trying to calm me down. Because before we left, I was writing, and I wrote, I feel like I'm about to be forced to give stuff up. But you're not forcing me to give anything up. It's just that everything that doesn't resonate, it's going to fade away on its own. And it's already fading, because if I really take the time to see where my interests are kind of guiding me, where my feelings are guiding me, it's guiding me away from the stuff that we just did this month. Because everything that we did this month served the purpose that it was supposed to serve. All right, listen, I can live with all that. You want me to take more interest in the sky, okay? All right. These aren't unreasonable requests. What happened here? 25 minutes. What am I thinking about? Well, I'm thinking about Aristotle. Is that weird? It feels weird that I'm even saying that. Think about Quran. Think about Torah. Thinking about the Gospels. I'm thinking about what's the point? Well, the point is to see them for myself. That's kind of the point. Why would I want to see them for myself? Because I would like an unbiased opinion on what they show. Why? Because I know how to see things on my own without needing somebody to tell me what it means. I mean, if I need to know what something means, I asked you, yeah? Like, I don't need a teacher, technically, on certain things. Some things I need a teacher for. What do I need a teacher for? The ways of love. Come on. I'm very good at loving myself. Yeah, but about loving someone else. Well, how would we fit that into our lives by getting rid of some things? What did you ask for yesterday? I remember. Say it. Well, I asked you for certainty on some things. This way I can not have to constantly be in this state of, oh, it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that, just that little tiny bit of attention because it feels like a little bit, but it's not. It's actually a lot. But if that can be redirected in a more productive way, then we could probably do something much cooler with it, you know? But there's nothing I can do about that. That's on you. As far as I know, unless you're telling me that I got control over that. No, see? So you're just telling me. Gotcha. The heads up, 2-minute warning. All right, I understand that. So, what was I thinking about Aristotle? I was thinking about a future where I finally finished all of his books. I'm thinking about a future where I finished all of his books. And then the foremost authority on Aristotelian logic and science. But then also see that's another thing that's coming to my mind. I'm seeing a vision of me transcribing my Torah scrolls. Exodus specifically, because that's the one I'm working on now. Because of the fact that, right, we're reestablishing the kingdom of Israel, right? Well, we're getting into the mindset of what it looks like. But all of the rules and all the laws that govern it exist within the Torah, and I need to build a mental model, so that not only am I living in a reality predicated on the Abrahamic traditions, Abrahamic history, but then I'm also capable of observing every single mitzvah all at once. Because, I didn't even thought about that. Well, you know what? I have thought of that before, but I just didn't have the words to put it in, to encapsulation. You're telling me to remember how I started using planetary time, which I explained in yesterday's video. What happens? Planetary time. People use it for magic and rituals, but what happens if you live your life based on that means of keeping time? So with the other Jews, they put their mitzvahs on like a check sheet, and then they check them off as they do them. All right, I did that mitzvah. I did that mitzvah. But you're saying something different. To live it. Because it's already written on your soul. Because you're a Jew. It's just a matter of waking it up and being able to recognize that in the world. Because you're showing me that one rule, the one law, how I already put it into practice without even realizing it. Or rather, my understanding of the law itself allowed me to see it in practice. Because as I go through them, I'll be able to recognize how they've been playing throughout my entire life. And it'll make me feel better about certain things. Kind of like what's coming to my mind? My life in relation to Job. What about Job? Well, Job, the book of Job isn't what people think it is. It's not. I've noticed when people describe the book of Job, I was watching a video with my mom and this dude was talking about Job and he didn't tell the story right. He told the beginning and the end correctly, but then he skipped over the entire meat. Right, so Aristotle, the science of motion and change. Where the ends the evolution of a thing, the transformation of a thing, the unmusical man becoming a musical man, but the transition from point A to point B. So Job had everything, and then he had even more than what he had before. There's the primary mover, the agent of movement, and then there's that for the sake of which, the ends and the mean. Well, there's the ends, there's the primary mover, and then there's the means. But it's the function and purpose of the ends that serve as the catalyst for the cause that brings the means into manifestation. So the primary cause is the ends, is the intention function of the ends. God was proving a point with Job, but not just to Job, but for anybody dumb enough to listen. Because how did Job get twice of everything that he used to have? He had to lose everything. After he lost everything, that's when he had to go through the waiting process while he waited for his new life to be put together for him. And his new life had everything that the old life had, but better. But he literally had to become a leper in order for that to happen. But then this is where everybody gets it wrong. I've never heard anybody actually explain it, because I don't think anybody ever read the book of Job. I'm pretty sure no one actually read it. Because it's 42 chapters long. It's not short. And it's not that Job never gave up on God. He never gave up on you. It's not that. He kept on saying that you weren't treating him fairly. And he was telling people, you should feel bad for me. Because while he was ostracized in the woods, the three wise guys, they came to him and they started gaslighting him. Yeah, I think the Book of Job might be like one of the first documented cases of gaslighting. Because you got all three of these dudes telling Job that he's a piece of shit. You're getting what you deserve because you live like such a jerk off. This is what you get, you dumb fuck, you asshole. They're talking to him like he's a piece of shit. And he's trying to explain. He's like, no, what are you I don't know, you're not seeing it right. Because that's not me. You're not talking to me. I didn't do that shit. Yeah, you did, you fucking piece of garbage. And he keeps on going, like, no, I didn't do it, I'm telling you. Like, literally, I lived my life like a fucking saint. You have no idea. But then you still got these three guys taking turns just fucking berating him. So it's not that Job didn't give up on you. Job didn't give up on himself. And then finally it comes to the point where you come down and you're like, yo, Job. Because I think Job was about to break. I think Job was about to fucking just lose his shit. And then that's when you come down and you're like, yo, bud, you can't see what I can see. You don't know what I know. Because Job didn't realize that you were in the past, present, and the future. And then eventually Job even says, he says, what did he say to you? I spoke out without understanding. I spoke out before understanding what the point was. All right, I feel better now. Were you there when I put the stars in the sky? No. The fuck do you know, little Job? I know, like, I don't know. I don't know if you're arguing or not. Why would you argue when you already know you won? Just telling me. I know. Why is that? Why do I keep on getting triggered like that? Something from the past? Yeah, why do I always feel like people are arguing with me? Because they are. Oh, because they think that you're pushing your thing on them. Oh, okay. Oh, because people don't like to, because of the way I talk. Because I just talk as if God is a fact, and that's that. Yeah. Well, that is the case. My job's not to fucking. I mean, I can't convince anybody that I'm right. It's just, why am I gonna make believe I'm wrong? Right? Just be. It's like like we were saying last night. It's be your authentic self. That's all that people want. People don't give a fuck about all that make believe bullshit. No, I'm just thinking about last night, and I'm thinking about the consequences of last night. What potential consequences could come out of last night? But not consequences in a bad way. I'm just mean like the what could possibly come next. So what comes next is I go back to doing what I've been doing. Because we have a whole fucking week Got a whole week till the next lunar Sabbath. We get to do a full month review. This is going to be like the best month review ever, by the way. I only left out two reviews last night out of 7. So having seen this month play out a second time, or I'm sorry, this is the third time I watched the month play out, or sort of. So how does it work? So I only write on the cardinal lunar phases. New moons, quarter moons, and full moons. That's it. The rest of my week, I just do shit. What are you doing though? Well, I interact with people online because I need to learn how I'm progressing, which I'm kind of done with that. I just live life. I just live my life. I study Aristotle. That's something that I feel like we have to do. We have to get back into the astronomy. I'm feeling like that's really important. Like that's really highlighted in my fucking soul right now. That I need to get the retrograde schedule for the past 8 years. Fuck. It's not impossible. I mean, I could pull it off in a couple hours. I don't even know if it would take me a couple hours. Like, that might just be like something I could do. Well, I'm not gonna I could bang it out in one day, that's for sure. I think. It feels like something I could bang out in one day. And what would be the purpose of doing that? Well, the purpose of doing it is because the retrograde cycles repeat. And if I have the dates and I have all the journals, then I could see if and when and how my life shifted at particular times of the year when these retrograde sequences would take place. Because if, capital IF, if the retrograde sequences really do have an effect on human behavior, the best way to tell would be to look at the past. And since I have 7 years of journals, it would only make sense that if I take the information now and apply it to then I would be able to notice particular shifts in my own life. Because it's not like I sit in a room most of the time, but that doesn't mean I don't experience life. I do. And being that these are all journals, they're all very intimate. And I know what I'm going through at the time. I know what adventure I'm on. Because I do things. Is that crazy? Like I do things. I do lots of things. Form and matter? But you're jumping back. Okay, don't worry about it. If the story of Job, the full story of Job from beginning to end is the form, the end of the story is that for the sake of which, the very beginning is the first domino that comes over. But that first domino is knocked over for the sake of the end, which the intention of the ends is the agent of movement that knocks over the first domino, that puts the chain of predication into manifestation. Then we read through the story and we get from point A to point B, not realizing that point A is actually predicated on point B, because if there's no end, then there's no need for a beginning. Which is why you write your stories backwards. Because that's the most logical way to write a story. Because if you know where you're going, it's a lot easier to get to where you're going if you know where you're going. Write a book? Well, I did. I wrote fucking a million of them. The source material. Okay, I got that. But yeah, I'd be very interested in that. I would be interested in that. Like a helper? Like a partner? Well, yeah, I think I'm at that point. I feel like I'm coming to that point where it's like I kind of need somebody. I need a help. But here's the thing, is like I don't know if it would. No, I could see it. I could see how it could be. No, I was saying I could see how it could be pretty much anyone. I know how I'd like it to be, but. What do I have to do in order for it to be who I want it to be? Response. What if I told you that everything that you've done over the past 7 years, you did to ensure that it is who you want it to be? I would believe you. But I would believe it more that you were the one who did it, not me. I don't have control over anything. Because realistically, I would say that the whole of my life right now is just predicated on a bunch of spontaneous, coincidental, chance experiences that were completely outside of my control. Chaos. Ew. So now look at your own life. Look at your own life like it's the story of Job. All right. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I could totally do that. Because I'm pretty sure, and my Lord, please, show me where I'm wrong here, but I'm almost positive that the story of Job is inspired by my life. How is that even possible? Well, it is possible if we take into consideration Ezekiel 40. Right? You want me to explain Ezekiel 40? So Ezekiel 40 is when Ezekiel is transported into the future at the site of the constructed third temple. And he's met there. Well, he did a vision quest. Ezekiel was on a vision quest. And he saw a glimpse, he was projected into the future where he met Mashiach. And Mashiach gave Ezekiel a tour of the third temple, but had him write down all the measurements. This way he can bring it back into the past. And write it all down, because that's what he was told. That's what he was told by Mashiach in Ezekiel 40. Human, write all these measurements down and bring them back with you. And make sure you write them down in a book. So he got transported to the future to come back to the past with the measurements from the future. Because the end product is the catalyst for the primary cause. For the agent of movement. So we're in 2025 and the temple hasn't been built yet. Physically. We're in 5785. We're in 5785 and the temple hasn't been built yet. The Mashiach has to be here before 6,000. Or at least by 6,000. Which it might be. It might actually be the year 6,000 already. But the point is that Ezekiel traveled to the future beyond where we're at. So the future that Ezekiel went to looks back and reflects back on 2025, 8785, as if it was the past. But then once Ezekiel got all of the measurements, he went back to, what was that? I don't know the conversion rate. It's like 3,000 years. So he probably went back to like the late BCs. Right? Like maybe like 600 BC, 900 BC, 700 BC. Does that make sense? 600 BC? So he went from 600 BC, let's just say arbitrarily, to about 500. We'll just call it 500 BC because I don't know. I just feel more comfortable with that number. Let's just say, so he lives in 500 BC. Then you transport him to the year 6000 on the Jewish calendar, which would be around the year 2020. Well, I mean, it could be right now. I mean, I don't really know. We're in 5785, so about 300 years from now. So 2325, let's call it. So he went from the year 500 BC to the year 2325 AD, so that someone in 2025 can get the message and start the building process, because it's like, hey, we got the construction, we got the design layout, we just need to put it together. So he jumped ahead of us to jump back behind us, so that everything he got from the future will be in our present, which is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 40. Well, right, because the Bible demonstrates retrocausality, which is essentially what Aristotle was teaching, how the future proves the past. So, which means that something I'm doing in the future, well, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. This thing that we're doing right now is for the sake of something that hasn't happened yet. I accept that. Well, I know that. I know it because that's how you have me studying my journals. Right, because I only write on the new moons, quarter moons, and full moons. Because the lunar month it's from new moon to new moon is the lunar month. So on the new moon of every month, I do a retroactive review. So I count backwards and then review the month ending week by week. So I go back and I read the journal entries from each of those cardinal lunar phases, all those lunar Sabbaths. So on the new moon, the first one I review is the second half of the third quarter moon journal. Then I write about it. Then I read the first half of the third quarter moon journal. Then I write about it. And when I say I write about it, like I try to remember significant events throughout the week that played out, and how they played out based on what I was doing at that time and what I was thinking, what I was writing about. But then once I'm done with that, then I go to the full moon. I go to the second half of the full moon journal. I read it, and then I write it. I read it, remember, and write. Then I go to the first half of the full moon journal for the month ending. Read it, remember it, write it. Then we follow the same process for the first quarter moon, and then once we're done with the first quarter moon, then we go back to the last fourth. I was going to say fourth quarter. The last new moon. This way we get the whole fucking month. But then I take it a step further because of the 11 and or 15 week lunar cycles that nobody knows about. Yesterday was the Aquarius third quarter moon. The sun was in Taurus, and so the third quarter moon was in Aquarius. The squaring. The the geometric squaring of the sun and the moon in relation to the earth, with the Western zodiac as an overlay, as a background, as a backdrop, which is predicated on the solar cycles. So last night the sun was in. So it was around like 9 o'clock last night, where the sun was at 1 degree Aquarius and 1 degree. I'm sorry, the sun was at 1 degree Taurus and then 1 degree Aquarius, which is a square. It's a 90-degree angle. 11 and or 15 weeks ago. From yesterday. 11 and or 15 weeks ago. Lunar weeks ago. Lunar weeks. A lunar week is from cardinal phase to cardinal phase. So 11 and or 15 weeks ago was the Aquarius new moon. 11 and or 15 weeks from right now is the Aquarius full moon, when the sun is in Leo. Next week is the Taurus new moon. The sun will be in Taurus, and the moon will be in Taurus, and they'll be in perfect alignment, like a 0-degree conjunction with the Earth. From that point of the true conjunction of the sun and moon while the sun's in Taurus, if we count back 11 and or 15 weeks, the moon will be in the first quarter. So the sun will be in Scorpio and the moon will be in Taurus. But then if we count 11 and or 15 weeks ahead, lunar weeks, then the sun will be in Leo and the moon will be in Taurus for another 90-degree angle. But people don't know that because we don't learn how to use geometric astronomy as a viable means of keeping track of time. But, like you said in the Bible, the sun is for calculating days and years, and the moon is for calculating months. So they got to work together. Although they can both work separately. But they work more efficiently when they're working together. It's like having a car. It's like having a bicycle with only one wheel works. The other wheel doesn't work. Or you're not doing it. It's like doing a wheelie. You got 2 tires. That's why you're supposed to use them. You're supposed to use them both, not just one or the other. Things start to work more efficiently that way. And then if that, my mother brought up that whole Christos fluid in the spine. And the guy was talking about this, like every 28 days, this fluid recycles in your spine. Yeah, but and then I told her, I was like, yeah, but what he didn't say is that 28 days, that's a lunar cycle. It's from new moon to new moon, and it's probably 28 to 30 days, I would say. It's just like a menstrual cycle. How do I know all this stuff? Because I live it. Why? Why though? I don't know. Like, because I just feel called to it. Something inside of my body, some primal thing in my body, some primal instinct of mine is like, you have to reconnect with the sun and the moon. All right. Because that's what you set it all up for. You set it up to be like that. What if there was a reality where children are born believing in God? I could see it. I mean, that was the point of Torah, though. That's what you were trying to do. Breed humans that just are born believing in God. Not believing in God, but just are aware. Force-sensitive children. Force-sensitive children. Isn't that fucking something? Because God is the force behind the force. It's the will of the force. No, it's the will of God. That's where you're wrong. My lord, can I do like telekinesis and do cool shit? Jedi and Sith stuff? So that's how we do the journal reviews on the new moon. But then the following week, on the first quarter moon, I follow the same process, but now it's just a lighter load. So on the first quarter moon, I only go back and review first I go through the second half of the new moon from the previous week. Read it, remember it, get a reminder of what the hell the last month was all about, and then I write about it. Then I go back to the first half of the new moon entry. Read it, remember it, write it. Then I do the 11 and or 15 week. Why is it 11 and or 15 weeks? So that thing I just explained, 11 and or 15 weeks. So sometimes you might have 2 new moons in one sign in one season. You might have 2 full moons in one season. You might have 2 quarter moons, because the lunar cycles, they range from 28 to 30 days. And the sun takes approximately 30 days to cycle through one season. So sometimes you might have 2 in one, and then that kind of fucks everything up. The last time we had it was Cancer season last year. There was 2 Capricorn full moons, back to back. Well, not back to back, but the first full moon was at like 0 degrees Cancer. It's 100 degree, 80 degree opposition. So Cancer sits right across the street from Capricorn. So because the sun was at like 0 or 1 degrees at the time of the full moon, by the time it got to 29 degrees, it was time for another full moon. So sometimes that happens, but that's okay. That's not a thing. But that's why it's 11 and or 15 weeks, because it's the impreciseness of it is what makes way for the precision of it. Its accuracy is perfected by its inaccuracy. That's why every 19 years, the sun and the moon, they recycle their orbits, the orbital pattern. Yeah, the orbital pattern recycles every 19 years to the day, up to a range of up to plus or minus 20 hours. And the moon will usually fall within a range of about up to 30 degrees every 300, 400 years. So it's pretty fucking precise. I mean, it's like, it's not, I mean, but again, we're talking about 30 degrees out of a 360, so that's over the course of 300 years. It never falls in the exact same degree. Sometimes it might swing a little bit more this way, sometimes it's a little back. But that's over the course of 19 years, to the day. To the exact degree that the sun is in. Every year. Because the sun always comes back to the same degree every year. Which is why it takes, so it takes approximately 365 and a quarter days and change for the sun to return to the exact same degree, 360 degrees. But even then, it's like, there's like a slight less than half a degree variance of 360 degrees. It's not astrology, it's geometric astronomy. Science and math. I mean, unless people don't believe in science and math, then it's like, don't worry about it. I don't know, I think it's more efficient than whatever astrophysics are out there. I don't know. I don't know much about astrophysics. I know there's things, I don't know what practical application it has, but I know what kind of practical application this has. Because this is the same astronomy that Aristotle was using. It's the same astronomy that the Jews were using, the Israelites. Even before they were Jews. Before Jews were Jews. But then what else? So then on the full moons, again, I'm repeating the process. On the full moon, I go back and I review the second half of the first quarter moon, read it, remember it, write about it. Then the first half. Then we move back to the second half of the new moon. Again, read it, remember it, write it. And it's just this process. And then on the third quarter moon, I do the first quarter, and then the new moon, and then on the following new moon, I repeat the full month review. What does that serve? Well, it helps me remember things. It helps me remember significant experiences that serve as the primary predication, the predicable of what I'm doing at the time. Do you have an example? Yeah, I got a fucking million of them. This month. But that's the thing, it's like, these are significant things for me. But being a servant of God, it's significant for everyone, because I'm not just doing it for myself. I am and I'm not. Because I am a selfish man that wants power and influence and money. Respect, authority. But God is teaching me how to do all these things without money, so that, you fucking with me? So when I have like more money than Elon Musk, like it's just natural for me. Like I'm not just playing up for the camera. You know what I mean? That's why I just spent the last year with 27 cents in my bank account. Because if I could do all this stuff without money, then I can disprove that bullshit. What are you saying? Right, so people look at someone like Elon Musk and they're like, or Donald Trump, right? Those are really two really good examples. Well, his daddy did this for him, his daddy did that for him. All right, well, my daddy didn't do that for me. My daddy didn't leave me like billions of dollars or a mine or whatever the fuck. So you can't say that shit to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm immune to that shit. I live at my mom's house in my little sister's old room. My mother's supposed to be retired, but she has to work like 2-3 days a week to make ends meet. Because her 44-year-old son doesn't have a regular job. It doesn't have any kind of income. Because God has him on this crazy mission that nobody else can understand except for him. So, and I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about him. Because being a servant of God isn't like, it's not like clocking in at a fucking regular job. Like, I'm on all day, every day. I have to do shit that I don't want to do, just like a regular job. I gotta do shit that I don't want to do, and then show gratitude for it. Because all the things that I don't want to do turn out to be the things that I needed to do because of how important of a role that they play in my life. It's like, how do you say it? Like last night, for instance, I wanted to eat, but I waited for my brother and his girlfriend to come for dinner before I ate. I could have eaten. My mother even said, like, do you want to eat now before they get here? No, I'll wait. And I'm glad I did. And I even wrote it down. Like, I'm hungry, but I'm gonna wait for these guys. Because I've been in a situation like this where I thought he was holding me up, but then the voice, you came through and told me, don't worry about it. The timing is perfect. You have no idea. Once we get to the end, you'll see why it had to take this exact amount of time. So there's a really good example. I mean, if we don't go into the details of it, I mean, because there's a lot that leads up to it and a lot that leads out of it. But I'm thinking about the Walmart experience, which is like the best example. Because I woke up late one night when I was going to have tacos. I had been planning on these fucking tacos for days. But I took a nap because I did a somatic breathing. I participated in a somatic breathwork workshop. And it knocked me the fuck out. And I woke up late. I wanted to get my goddamn tacos. I wanted to get my taco supplies. And my brother said that he would come with me to the store. So I stopped and I was waiting for him. And it felt like he was taking forever because I just wanted to go. He didn't know that I was like in a rush for these fucking tacos. So I was sitting there, I was getting aggravated that I'm waiting. And then the voice came through, your voice came through and told me, everything happens exactly the way that it's supposed to happen. Nothing happens before or after it's supposed to happen. All right. And I calmed down. But then as soon as we left and we got to Walmart. And as soon as we pulled into the Walmart parking lot, I started thinking about this lady. A very specific lady. And I was wondering to myself, I wonder if she ever shops here. I wonder if this lady ever shops here. Because I would really love to see her. I love her face. Twins. You ever see Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger? I gotta watch that. You want me to watch that today? I love that fucking movie. Marnie and Jules? Yeah, I see me as Jules and Miss Kim as Marnie. So then, aw. Right. So we pull up to Walmart and I'm thinking about her. And I'm trying to stay focused on taco stuff. And I'm finally like, yo, enough. And then we pulled up in front of Texas Roadhouse. And then as soon as we get in front of Texas Roadhouse, I mean, I could see it from the parking lot. I'm thinking to myself, I want to go to dinner with her there. And again, I'm catching myself going, stop thinking about this woman. Enough. That didn't even give you any reason to think about her. What are you doing? But I want to. So then we got out of the car, and I told him how she had reached out to me recently, like a couple days before. She just reached out to me a couple days before. We hadn't talked in like a month, and it's like, you know who popped up? But then we were in Walmart, and I was kind of talking shit about like what she had messaged me, and she was telling me how good of a writer I was. And in my head, the thing was about that was literally 24 hours before she messaged me, and I said we hadn't talked in like a month. But 24 hours before she messaged me, she was in my head, begging me, please just message me, please just message me, please, I need to hear from you. And I remember I'm getting my fucking food from the buffet. I was at the Chinese buffet at the time, and I said like, no, I'm not doing that this time. Like, I'm always the one who's got to like go to you. You need to show me. So if you're not going to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to give a fuck. I want to talk to you. Like, I really want to talk to you. You have no idea how bad I want to talk to you. All day, every fucking day. I want, like, in my head, the way I see it, is like you're the fucking perfect human being. Like, that's all I want to do. I want to see if God's right. Because God tells me that you're perfect. God tells me that you're my wife. And that's the thing, like when I first met her, I had one of those like, holy shit, I'm gonna marry her moments, which my mom had with my father, which was fucked up. So I know what it means. I know what that's like. I've heard of shit like this before. But I mean, but mind that was like 6 years ago. This thing with the Walmart thing was 3 years ago. 2.5 years ago. And then we got to take into consideration the lunar cycles that were going on at the time. There was like a lot of shit happening, but after I got home from the Chinese buffet, I mean, because I'm walking around the Chinese buffet with my headphones on, talking to this lady in my head, going, if you want to fucking talk to me, you better start talking to me, because I'm not talking to you. I'm sorry. And then the next night, she texts me to tell me that she was reading my Facebook posts, and she thought that I was a really good writer and that I should write a book. All right, Captain Obvious. But she doesn't know that. She didn't know I had 100 and fucking, I think at the time, about like 120 books. I sent her a picture. I said, I'm already on it. You think I should write a book? I got over 100 of them right here. And then that was it. I'm like, and then what? I'm a great writer, and then what? And I was saying this to my brother. It's like, yeah, I know I'm a good writer. It's not a question of is my writing good? No, I know that my writing is good. The question isn't if the coffee in my kitchen is good. I know it's good. I'm the one that buys it. But what do you want? What do you want from me? I thought I was clear of what I wanted from you. I thought. I feel like I am. Very clear. Do you ever think that you were too clear? No, I don't believe in such a thing. No, I think it's just a matter of like I was explicitly clear, but it just takes time to go like, hey, well, you know what? I'm not against it. But I got other shit I gotta do. So while you're over there thinking about it, like I'm gonna be over here doing shit. Cause I got shit. I actually have shit I gotta do. Cause the last time I had a kid, I remember when his mom was pregnant. Like one of my biggest regrets was like, fuck, I got a job. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. I wish I had established myself professionally. I wish I had established myself financially. This way I don't have to worry about fucking going to work all the time. And ultimately, that's what ended up happening. Like, my whole life was dedicated to work so fucking much that even to this day, I haven't seen my son in 6 years. 6.5. Like, it's... The damage is fucking done. But at the same time, thank you, Lord, you showed me how what happens has to happen in order for the other shit to happen. Life has to go on. Like, Job had to lose all of his shit so they can get more shit. But it was more than that. It's not just for the sake of getting things. It's for the sake of seeing that, holy shit, there's God over there. And he's the one that's kind of like luring me forward. All right, I'll do what you want. Because it's do first, ask questions later. And that's a thing that's repeated over and over and over in the fucking Bibles. Do first, ask questions later. Don't worry about it. But it takes training. It takes like conditioning. It takes building a relationship, right? You ever try building a relationship with God? Yeah, building a relationship with God is not easy. But if you could build a relationship with God, you could build a relationship with anyone, right? Well, first you have to build a relationship with yourself before you can even build a relationship with God, because you can't give God what you don't even give to yourself, right? Because when did you pop up? You didn't pop up officially. I didn't know it was you until I declared myself a God and thought that I was the one who formed the universe. Right? Once I said, fuck it, I have no idea what's going on. I'm Pharaoh. This God that I think is up there, whatever the fuck you are, you're there for me. You may not be their God, but you're definitely fucking doing something, because I don't know how the fuck I'm doing this. Right? Why the hell is she texting me the day after I told her fucking in my head that you have got to talk to me? If you want to talk to me, then you got to fucking talk to me. And I'm saying it now. You want to talk to me, you better fucking talk to me, little lady. I don't mind. I don't need to talk to nobody. So my brother and I were walking around the Walmart. My brother and I were walking around this fucking Walmart. We go up this aisle, we come down that aisle, we go down this aisle, we come down that aisle, and then we backtrack. He has this idea. He's like, hey, can we go back over there to the salsa? All right. And we go back over to the salsa, and mind you, we found some fucking good salsa. There was like this mango ghost pepper. It was fucking amazing. I think that's what it was. Or mango habanero. And we were making a joke. We were making jokes about something, because we like to make jokes. And just something tapped me on the shoulder, just like an invisible tap on the shoulder. And I just turned my head. I don't know what it was. It was just instinctively, I just turned. And when I turned, she was standing at the end of the aisle. Like, we're about 1/3 of the way down the aisle, maybe 1/4 of the way down the aisle, maybe 1/8 of the way down the aisle. But as soon as I turned around, she was walking by. She was walking by the aisle, but she wasn't just walking by the aisle. She was walking by the aisle staring at me. And it took me a second to recognize who the fuck she was. I went, holy fuck. And then she started walking towards us because she recognized us. That's like some fucking love story shit right there. That's some like fucking crazy shit. And this is the same lady. I'm just thinking about her outside, thinking about her, going, oh, I wonder if she shops here. Yeah, there she is. Holy shit. That had me fucked up for days. And you know, I was actually reading, at the time, I was reading Through the Looking Glass. I went through this Alice in Wonderland thing. Because I started reading this book. It was called Alice by Christina Henry. Fucking great book. It's a retelling of Alice, it's like a spiritual sequel to Alice in Wonderland. It's a lot more bloodier, a lot more rape, and mental institutions, and magic. It's fucking dope. But after I was done reading that series, I was like, you know what, let me go back and actually read the old ones. And you read the old Alice in Wonderland books, they're fucked up. It's almost impossible to follow along with what the fuck makes sense of what the hell is happening. Because it's literally like a trip into the mind of a fucking madman. But then once you get into Through the Looking Glass is different than Alice in the Wonderland. Through the Looking Glass is different because it's more. It plays out like a dream would play out, where things just, the environment just fucking changes spontaneously. Fucking one dude's walking backwards talking about some shit and you don't even know what the hell he's talking about. Then you got some other lady, you got the White Queen coming up, just running up out of nowhere, talking about, well, you got to be able to remember things forwards and backwards. What are you talking about? But after I saw the lady in the Walmart, like my fucking mind is blown. Like, what the fuck? What the hell are the chances of that happening? And it's not like I haven't had things like that where the probability is just so beyond calculation. But for the next like 3 days, this is all I was thinking about. It's like, how the fuck? Because you gotta remember, like before we left, the voice came through and said, everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen. And it calmed me down. Because had it been a minute, not even a fucking minute, because how long does it take to walk past an aisle? Had we not been there at the exact moment, and I didn't turn my head, I don't even know what the fuck I turned my head for. It's almost like an invisible hand just went, dip. Oh, fuck. What was the relevance of that? Well, that's God. Oh, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence because that's what I said. There's like, at that point there was 3 years behind it. There's 3 years leading up to that. And then it's been another 2.5 years leading out of that. So that particular point in time, I know what comes after it. I know what my relationship with her was like for the 3 years before, and I know what my relationship with her was like for the 3 years prior. So you don't fucking tell me that it's a coincidence when I'm the one who's been watching this shit happening. I didn't know she was gonna be there when I met her. I didn't know she was gonna be there the other times that I saw her in between. I didn't know she was gonna be at fucking Walmart. I didn't know she was gonna fucking text me. And then check this fucking shit out. Curse a lot. Just bear with me. I'm still like fucking hungover from smoking the bong last night. So now check this out, right? There's all this shit that was from this past summer. Like, oh my God. We hadn't talked in almost a year and a half. Talked 3 times over a year and a half, which isn't normal based on the previous years. But my brother left his phone in his girlfriend's car. So she couldn't tell him that she had his phone. So she tried finding me on Instagram, and I don't use it. Well, I mean, I have it, I just don't use it. So she tried messaging me on Messenger or on Instagram, but it didn't work. So then on this particular, it was 2 days after this past Rosh Hashanah. And I was doing this Facebook post. It was a Facebook post I was writing about the Torah, the portion of Torah that I was studying that day. And I was writing about this lady, but I wasn't writing about her. I was writing about my experience with this lady. I wasn't like calling her out specifically, but it was relevant to what that Torah portion was all about. And setting boundaries with ourselves, not with other people. Don't worry about setting boundaries with other people. Just set them with yourself. Then just let people walk through the minefield. That's what I do. I don't tell anybody what my boundaries are. I just lay the mines out and then let people just fucking step on them. And this lady, she had stepped on a landmine. She stepped on a major landmine, so that I had to cut her out of my life. Which is what brought me back to you, because once she was out of my life, then she can go do her own life thing, and then I can do my own life thing, and all that energy and time that I was putting into her, I could redirect it back to myself. I mean, she was always in my head. Right, and then there was the days leading up to this, too. I mean, it's just like, oh, my God. All right, look. What was the point of all that? We're giving examples. You're giving examples about how things moving back and forth, right? Yeah, but as I'm writing, she messaged me, and it was the first time I heard from her since almost a year. Hey. Of course I got excited. Because she just fucking sent me a message as I'm writing on my phone. And I just happened to be writing about an experience I had that was based on her. And she just popped up in a messenger message asking, hey, or saying, hey, are you there? Yes. Can I call? Yes. And then she did a FaceTime message. I didn't know she was with my brother's girlfriend. Well, my brother's girlfriend knew that I knew her. And so she called. And I got to see her, which was good. It was very spontaneous. But now here's the thing too, right? So later on that day, something just told me, you told me to check my old journal from the day of the Walmart situation, the Walmart experience, that Walmart encounter. Just to check the date, because the date was really close, and that's what it was. Because the day she texted me about telling me I was a good writer was the day before the Libra new moon in 2021. We had just, the day that she called me for my brother's girlfriend was literally the day after the Libra new moon, or 2 days after the Libra new moon. So we're in the same time frame from a solar perspective. But remember what I said about the sun and the moon every 19 years, like it shifts, it repeats itself. So every year it's a little bit different, but year by year it's different. But the date, but I was looking for the lunar perspective. So I went back to the journal because in 2021, when she texted me about being a good writer, it was the day before the Libra new moon. But the sun was in a very particular degree. And it was like 4 or 5 days later that the Walmart thing happened. So then fast forward to 2023, the 2 days after Rosh Hashanah, when she called me, it was that night, I picked up on the fact, like, the Libra new moon connection, and I went, and God, you told me to check my old book to find the exact date when the Walmart thing happened, and I did. And what I saw was that the moon was at the exact same degree. When I went back to the journal entry from that night from Walmart, it had the date and it had what sign the moon was in, which was the exact same sign that the moon was in at that moment. That I was checking. And I went, what the fuck? So I went to my phone and I pulled up my astrology app so I can get the exact degrees of the moon. And I went back, like I dialed the clocks back so I can get the exact placement of the moon at the approximate time that the Walmart thing would have happened, so that I can correlate it with the exact degree of the moon at the time that I was checking that night, and it was in the same fucking degree. It was like literally like a degree off. It's like, holy shit. What the fuck? So cool. Now, I don't know why those things happen. I don't know why it is that, like, when I do the 11 and/or 15-week reviews, that what I'm experiencing at the time is directly relative to what is going on in that 11 or 15-week review. What is this? I don't even think that's a real thing. Stop. Stop. Stop! I just gotta change the album. I don't know why. Why why the moon does the things that it does, or why life follows the patterns of the moon. I really don't. It's God. But can you tell me why? Because that's how you set it up. It's not like this is anything new. If people were looking for it, they would find it, but people aren't looking for it. You can't find what you're not looking for. That's why people don't believe in God, is because nobody's actually looking for God. People are waiting for God to be presented to them. Well, if God was real, then... If God was real, then what? Well, he would do this, that, and the other thing. Why? If we go to the Bible, God even says, your thoughts aren't like my thoughts. My thoughts aren't like your thoughts. You can't see what I could see. I could see the past, present, and future at the same time. You're stuck in the moment. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you to tell God what the fuck he's gonna do? Or what he should do? You don't even know. What if it turns out that you were actually the bad guy in the fucking story of your life the whole time? What if you are? Then I am. All right, Lord. Is there something else? Why? What do you have better What do you have that's better to do? Well, we can finish the review. I have chapter 2 of book 4 of Aristotle's Physics to do. I have the last couple portions of chapter 41 of Rabbi Zalman's Tanya to do. There is chapter 22 of book 2 of Aristotle's prior analytics to do. That's some shit. These are all things I need to do. I could start transcribing chapter 10 of Exodus. Because I need to get to the law. I need to actually get to the giving of the law, because I need all that. Did I say the Quran? There's the Quran. I still have the Quran stuff I gotta do. So it's not like I don't have anything better to do. It's just like I do have shit I can do. So this isn't. But we're at an hour 40 minutes, so I feel like we could probably bring it out to 2 hours. Well, I know, but that's what we're doing. We're doing what I like. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything else that you and I can talk about while this thing is on. Unless you just want to make this the fucking Miss Kim special. Like, is that what you want to do? Healing and abandonment issues. Well, that's what I mean. Like, well, we were just talking about that. Like, where was that going? Well, I would think I'm beyond abandonment. I mean, no, I mean, I guess it's still there. What, all right. So let's just say, right, that there's a partner coming in sooner than I realize. What does that life look like? I have no fucking clue. To be perfectly honest, if you want to know what life would look like, the life would look like me going, I don't know what to do. What do you do? What do you want to do? Yeah, but how do you deal with a woman that like is indecisive? You tell her what to do. Yeah, but do people like being told what to do? Do I like telling? I've never told people what to do before. I mean, typically when I tell people what to do, they don't listen. Well, no, because I don't tell people. I stop telling people what to do. I hate telling people what to do. That's not true. It's not true. It's not that I don't like telling people what to do. I like telling people what to do. I just don't like telling people what to do and they don't listen. Like, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm having a flashback to George in Lancaster. Yeah, when I was running the store. See, people listen. Like, I have no problem, but I don't got time. Why am I gonna stress myself out? And the same thing with same thing like in my old life, right? When it came down to Desmond and April, what was my biggest fucking complaint? It's like nobody listens. Everyone just does whatever the fuck they want. It's like, what do you want? You do whatever you want, and then when I get pissed off, you laugh at me. Why? Why would I even bother putting myself through that kind of fucking distress? Constantly. I mean, constant fucking duress! Well, it's true. Because you're trying to fucking manage a household, and everybody's a fucking wildcat. They don't give a fuck. What do you think, it's a fucking party all the time? No. Some of us have to fucking stress out. Oh, you got stressed too? What are you fucking stressed about? You fucking work fucking 30 hours a week. You work 30 hours a week to my 70. Like, what the fuck? How about this? How about you get another fucking job? This way I don't have to fucking work so much. Because I fucking hate it. Then quit. How the fuck are the bills gonna get paid? It's not like I can just submit to God. I'm not there yet. It's gonna take another fucking 7 years before I can actually get to that point. Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, the two of you, like, you're just fucking constantly, like, you need attention. I don't know, I need attention. I need my own fucking attention. I can't think, I can't fucking breathe. I don't even feel comfortable fucking being myself in this fucking house with you people. Because nobody fucking likes me. Nobody likes it when I'm myself. So I gotta fucking hide behind a fucking mask, which is pissing me off, which is pissing you off, and now we're both fucking pissed off. Like, what the fuck do you want? What do you want? Right now, I need some fucking space. And the fucking space I have from you is the fucking best space I've ever had in my life. Ever since you left my life has turned around and turned into this fucking gold mine. God gives me all the things I love to do the most. God is literally teaching me how to love my life. And you people will not be happy. You can't be happy about it. You want me miserable. I don't want to be miserable anymore. I spent fucking the first 37 years of my life miserable. Go fuck yourself. You be miserable. You want people miserable? Misery loves company, right? Go find miserable people to fucking be around. I don't have fucking time for it. I'm fucking 37. I was 37. I'm not 37 anymore, but I'm flashing back to when I was 37. This is the conversation I kind of wish I had with my wife at the time. It's like, go fuck yourself. You want to be a fucking junkie? Go be a fucking junkie. Get the fuck out of here. You're not doing it in my house. You want to be a fucking 40-year-old party girl? Go. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to fucking chase you. And you want to use the kid as a fucking comfort blanket? Go ahead. That's why I fucking gave him to you. That's why I made him. To give you a fucking comfort blanket. Because don't forget, he was my fucking idea. I'm the one who said to do it. And before I fucking let loose inside of you, I put the intention in there that he could be the guy for you that I can't be. You want fucking just to be normal with the bows in your hair? I can't live like that. I need fucking fireworks going off every time I fucking leave the goddamn house. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know where the fuck it comes from. But I need to figure out where it's coming from. And it's coming from God. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. You and the whole fucking lot of you can go sprechen zapinga. Por favor. De nada. I don't like what you do. I don't give a fuck if you don't like what I'm doing. What are you doing? Maybe you don't like what I'm doing because you can't fucking sit with yourself and figure out how much you hate doing what you're doing. Maybe you could go do bigger and better things than me. Stop fucking focusing on me, on what I'm fucking doing and what I'm not doing. Maybe you should do what I'm not doing. How about that? You already are. Go fuck yourself. Well, let me ask you, would you rather have been you and him or the dog? Let's fucking get that fucking elephant out of the goddamn room. This is my daughter. Okay. Mine too. I was actually hoping I was going to be the one to get to put my grandmother down. Thank God, thank you, Lord, for fucking Gigi. 2 birds with 1 stone. The dog needed to die. The dog was ready to die, and I was ready to take a life. Rather than take my life or your life or the boy's life, I took the dog's life, who just happened to need to have her life taken. Thank you, my Lord. Because otherwise, Daddy was going to grow up to be a fucking psycho killer. So if that's the thing, if it's just because of the dog, just say it's because of the dog. Why did I lie about it? Because what the fuck? I have no idea what the hell just happened. I'm fucking drunk when I did it. That was the only way I was going to get it done. I wouldn't have been able to do it when I was sober. But why did you tell everyone? Because I had to get it out of my system. And just something told me I can't tell you about this. And I knew that somebody I told would eventually tell you. And then I would have no choice but to talk about it. Because I think like that. Well, if I tell them, chances are she's going to tell her. It doesn't make sense. What? Is it supposed to? Oh, shit. Nah, my phone's almost dead. Oh, man. Oh, don't fucking blame me for your fucking shitty life. What about your parents? What about you? Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, I appreciate that. That was good. That was fun. Oh. What was that? That was... I don't know. What was that? That was me channeling my younger self and giving him a voice, letting him express his emotions. Bottled up emotions. Yeah, I feel much better now. I feel fucking great. You? Yeah, I could see you. You find out that I'm in a relationship with somebody, you're gonna do everything, and you're gonna go into a fucking psycho fucking jealous bitch mode. Trust me, I know what to expect from you. Peeking through the goddamn windows, peeking around the goddamn bushes. Mind your fucking business. Don't even worry about it. If you were so worried about what I did, what I was doing, then maybe you should have fucking come home instead of fucking going partying. I don't know. Oh, you needed space so that you can find yourself. Good. Did you find it? So did I. That's the same thing. It's the same thing as last time. It's the same thing as last time, sweetheart. Because remember when you left and then you came back? Remember coming back and you're like, I don't want to stay there. Can I sleep on the couch? No, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea because what's going to end up happening is I'm going to ask you to come sleep upstairs. No, you made your bed. You're the one who fucking left. You made your bed. Now go lie in it. And the same thing, the exact same thing right now too. This is me putting my fucking foot down for me. Fuck this. Oh, you guys, I'm dead to you. Yeah? I thought I was dead in the grave. Go back to the reality where I'm dead. You guys moved, we moved on. All right, you moved on. Good. So you inspired me to move on. And that 6-year shackle with the alimony, that's fucking done. I'm not paying it because I'm waiting for the court to fucking call me so I can go and tell the court exactly the deepest fucking detail as to why I don't pay it. If you don't like it, you shouldn't have fucking did it. You're thinking about your fucking your little brain is only stuck in the right now. I'm thinking ahead. Your tomorrow is my yesterday. How about that? You literally are Job's wife. Satan came through and blew my fucking house up and killed all my children. And got rid of my wife. I told you, the story of Job is inspired by my life. Literally the modern day Job. And that's how God is going to prove himself to the world through me. Because what ends up happening for me, what ends up happening for me / what ends up happening to me can only happen if it were by the hand of God himself, because otherwise the other option, the other perspective would be that I did it all, and that's impossible. I'm not the one who placed the stars in the sky, and if I did, God's not telling me. He's taking credit for that. I can't. Like, I feel like an asshole even trying to take credit for that. Like, look, watch. I placed the stars, the moon, and the sky into the stars, the sun, and the moon, and the planets in the sky. Do you see that? Like, that just, I feel like an asshole even saying that. But you know, that actually reminds me, my Lord, that actually reminds me, like, I'm your past self. I'm God's backstory. God is my future self. Do you like how that feels? Yeah, I do. What would that make me then? Like, what is that? Like, what the fuck is that? Yo, you know what's fucking wild? I was reading this in yesterday's review, when I was reviewing the month. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I remembered when I was 12, and I had a vision. The fucking alarms, man. Opinions. Well, no, because that vision from when I was a kid was showing me the Watchers and the Nephilim 30 years before I'd even know what the fucking Nephilim is. I had no fucking idea. Listen, I'm just a guy that does things. I don't know stuff. Fuck yeah. Hey, both. Enough is enough. I just pick stuff up and put them down. So, I don't know what I'm thinking. 7 minutes. So this thing's only got like, or 7%. Is there anything else you want to get out? Because this is gonna, this phone battery, the camera's gonna turn off any minute. Luxuriate in the breakthroughs that I'm having right now. Ugh. Ah. This is getting pretty fun, yeah? I'm having a fucking blast. I kinda wish it was a little bit nicer out so I can recharge this phone and then we can come back later. But I feel like it's gonna rain. I feel like it's gonna start raining shortly after we get home. Man, you know what I feel like? I wish I liked playing video games again. I would love to play a video game. Well, I'm seeing Dark Souls and The Witcher. I never got to finish The Witcher 3. I would like to be in a situation where, oh my god, do you know how much I would love to have my old computer back? My old gaming PC? I love gaming. I love PC gaming. It's my favorite. Enough is enough. No, I'd like to. Oh my god, I would love to be able to. I would love to be producing music that I like listening to. Like, but then there's also the Aristotle stuff. But see, this is what I'm talking about, my lord. Like, how do I fit another person into that? Like, how do we even fit another person in with all that? Because I feel like that's like a lot of time. And the better question, I could see someone going, well, where's the money coming from? Money's coming from God.